Well, listen, I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm a cult leader. Yeah. They say I'm in the cult. They say a nigga lost, but I done lost it all. Family and all, they didn't get involved. They just wanna ball. Some wanna stall. Back against the wall, we gon' show them all. I don't wanna be here, land of the slaves. We are not afraid, we are not the same. I done seen death, nigga, looking in the side. My higher man told me don't look the ride. Them haters don't try, but them devils gon' cry. I don't wanna side, nigga, I just wanna ride. I don't wanna hide what I really feel inside. The devil's gonna pay for what they did to mine. Looking in my eyes, I want 7 wives, I want 7 kids. I want them to know that it was no hope, that it was no joke. This is how it goes. I do it with no patience. I mean no hesitation. Come on, Lord, we waiting. Look at what they saying. I can't let it be. I can't turn the key for what they did to you and what they did to me. They say I'm in the cult. I guess I'm in too deep. I guess it's really deeper than it really needs to be. Forever is one West. Forever we the best. You don't want to test. There's only one West. Cult leader. Yeah. You think that you gonna be a cult leader? Yeah. Well, listen, I'm a cult leader.
I got the message too. That anybody, any trooper that comes to class, take their test.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm ready when you are.
Ways of sin, death to your.
You should already be live. Check your screen real quick. Make sure I got sound. No Cowards Bmore. Everybody needs to go out and subscribe to that. No Cowards Bmore. That's where it's at. Make sure I'm straight. Here. All right, that's what's up. What's going on, Israel? Hey, Shalom, Israel. What's going on? Hey, look. Go up there and subscribe to No Cowards Bmore MT, man. Because we out here in Baltimore, man, we heavy hit. We bringing this word, man. We laying it down. You know what I'm saying? We had to make a new channel, of course, because the white man's the devil. But you understand? Y'all go out there and subscribe, man. And make sure we can keep bringing this word to you. Keep edifying you. You understand? If there's any questions, let me know. Look, I've been seeing a lot of battles online, and a lot of people been asking me, how did Israel become Gentiles? How did the northern kingdom become Gentiles? The Gentiles that they talk about in Galatians, the Gentiles that they talk about in, of course, the New Testament. I'm going to go back a little bit. And show how it actually happened. How the northern kingdom was taken off into various slaveries and taken out of the land, civil war. We're going to go through a little bit of that. We're going to try to get through it quickly. One person in particular asked me, so I'm gonna get a little bit in depth about it so that we can get ahead with this, man. Let's get 1 Kings 11 and 11. Salaki, it's going to be a little bit of reading. We're going to go back when the Civil War started to happen, when the Lord had to rend the kingdom away from Solomon because he started doing evil in the eyes of the Lord. A great evil. The great evil that the Lord destroyed the world the first time for. You understand? That great evil of interracial marriage. When the daughters, the sons of God saw the daughters of men. You understand? And saw that they were fair. The black man's ridiculous obsession with the white woman is illogical, abnormal. You understand? And the Lord sees it as a complete abomination, man, and a betrayal. Because every time we go off after that white woman, we become devout Christians, man. Devout, filthy, devout Christians that dibble and dab in homosexuality and all kinds of other abominations that white people do, man. The Lord hates it. He's disgusted by it. But these are some of the things that Solomon did, man. You got that 1 Kings 11 and 11?
Come on, Kai.
All right, let's go ahead with that.
1 Kings 11 and 11. Wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee.
Look, for as much of this is done of thee, these evil things that you're doing, this disgusting thing that you do, go ahead.
And thou hast not kept my covenant.
And not kept the covenants of the Most High. Why? Because you went after them filthy Edomites, them dirty Ammonites, them Elamites, and in doing all of that, you disgraced God. You turned on God. You understand? You committed adultery in the worst way. Being a powerful king and bringing the entire nation into that evil and that abomination, man. Go ahead.
And my statutes, which I have commanded thee.
Commanded. Look, the law is a commandment. It's an order. This is what you ordered to do. Solomon broke that. The order from the Most High. You can't get higher than that, brother. Fight your lust, brother. Fight that lust for that animal you trying to get in bed with, man. You have got to fight your lust and your sin, brother. Go ahead.
I will surely rend the kingdom from thee.
I will take that kingdom, snatch that kingdom from thee for the great evil that you're doing. Go ahead.
And will give it to thy servant.
Mm-hmm. Give it to your servant. You understand? Your general. Give it to your servant, the man that's beneath you, the man that's under you, the man that serves you. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Notwithstanding in thy days, I will not do it for David, thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of the hand of thy son.
All right, for your father's sake, David, who was righteous, who did walk in the statutes of the Most High. For his sake, for David's sake, the Lord is going to do something. Do a little something so that the scepter does not depart from Judah. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Howbeit, I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son for David, my servant's sake.
All right, there you go. This is the split right here and the makings of the northern and the southern tribes. Look, because of Solomon's great evil and betrayal and adultery of the Lord, he's going to rend the kingdom away from him. But for his father's sake, for King David's sake, who did walk in the statutes and commandments of the Most High, he's going to leave them a tribe. Or am I getting a little heady? Go ahead. Matter of fact, skip to, did you finish 13? Go ahead, finish 13.
And for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen.
Right. Who the Lord has chosen. Let's skip to 31. Now you're seeing the splitting of the northern and the southern tribes. Now, what does this have to do with Gentiles? We're going to find out. We're going to find out how that northern tribe got up out the land and what happened. We're going to go into a little bit of that. 1 Kings 11 and 31. Skip down to 31.
Kanwanka.
Because I'm going to try to go through it. There's a lot of information. I'm going to, have to skip over some things and go through it quick for time's sake. Go ahead.
1 Kings 11 and 31. And he said to Jeroboam, take thee 10 pieces.
He said to Jeroboam, take thee 10 pieces. Now, this is a parable, a representation of the 10 tribes. 10 tribes. Jeroboam is going to take 10 of the tribes of the 12. You understand? Go ahead.
For thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, behold, I will rend the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon, and will give thee, Salakia, and will give 10 tribes to thee.
Give 10 tribes to thee. That's the making of the northern tribe. The northern tribe is those 10 tribes. All right. The southern tribe, Judah, Benjamin, some of Levi, is going to make up the tribe, and they're all going to be known as Judah. So that's why it says, I'll give you one tribe, because Benjamin and Judah, of course, make up that one tribe. And because some of the northern kingdom was still there under Solomon, some of them were ruled, and that comes down a little further. So Solomon did rule over some of the northern kingdom that was still there in Jerusalem. Go ahead.
That's like it. Ayuan Parak Yahawada got a question for Ecclesiasticus 27 and 17.
All right, let's get it. What's his name?
Ayuan Parak Yahawada.
Ayuan Parak Yahawada. What city he out of? Did you say Abawan?
Ayuan.
I'm just trying to see if I know the brother. All
Yes,
right.
it's a sister.
Oh, it's a sister.
Captain Samaria White.
Oh, Salaki. Salaki. Salaki said. All right, where we at?
Ecclesiasticus 27 and 17.
All right, let me get it. Hold on. 27, 17.
I got it.
All right, go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 27 and 17. Love thy friend and be faithful unto him. But if thou betrayest his secrets, follow no more after him.
Okay, let's go up. All right, let's go up to verse 15. Read.
Ecclesiasticus 27 and 15. The strife of the proud is bloodshedding,
Go ahead.
and their rivalings are grievous to the ear.
Go ahead.
Whoso discovereth secrets loses his credit.
Loses what?
His credit.
Loses his credit. So whoso discovereth secret loses his credit. ahead.
And shall never find friend to his mind.
And shall never find friend to his mind. Discovering secrets. All right, now we can get a better understanding of 17. Whoso discovering secrets loses his credit. Why would discovering secrets make you lose your credit?
Discovering secrets will make you lose credit because you know about it and it could be somebody close to you, so you don't want to tell their secrets, but since you know, you might be talking to somebody who you comfortable with, and all of a sudden something might be blurred out that you was never supposed to tell, so you lose your credit with that person.
Yeah, you lose your credibility that way as well, but you're discovering these secrets. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
You're discovering them. It's not something that was told to you. You're discovering, meaning what? How do you discover someone's secret? How do your rib discover who you talking to? How does she discover your secrets? What she do? Come on, that's easy. That's the easy one. That's the easy one. Come on, what she do? When you sleep at night, what she do? Go ahead.
She be like, baby, can we talk? And you might be asleep, you ain't focused on nothing but going to sleep and maybe getting up for work, and she be like, well, let's talk, and then y'all talk, and then you want to go back to sleep, and then you say something.
Well, focus for a minute. She's discovering your secrets. What you haven't been telling her. You are now asleep. What do you talk on all day? You talk on your phone all damn day. How does she discover your secrets? I'm gonna get that phone. What's this password? Good Lord, you might have your fingerprints in there. Put the phone on your fingers and all kinds of nonsense like that to discover your secret. And what is that gonna make you do? Lose your goddamn mind. You understand? Lose trust. That's what that's gonna make you do. All right, go ahead, go to the next verse.
In Ecclesiastes, sir?
Jump.
Ecclesi-
17.
You want 17 again or 18?
Jump. She wanted 17, right?
Kind of want that.
Yeah, let's go ahead with 17.
Ecclesiasticus 27 and 17. Love thy friend.
Love thy friend. Love thy friend. What does that mean? How do you love thy friend? How do you love? What is love? Love is the commandments, right? Law, statutes, and commandments. That's the love of God. How do you love your friend? By following those commandments. By following those commandments of how you deal with another brother or another sister or your wife, or how you deal with the people in your circle or the people of your flesh. All right? So you love your friend like the scriptures say to love your friend. Go ahead.
Also follow the moral law of the scriptures.
Yes. That look. The whole word, the whole Bible is morality. You understand? It's all morality. That's what you do. That's what you follow. Not trying to discover someone's, because discovering something could hurt somebody. All right, that was in 16. Now go ahead with 17.
Verse 17. Love thy friend and be faithful unto him.
And be faithful. Be faithful unto him. Not, I'm going to grab your phone and look through your damn phone and discover what you doing. Discover your secret. Be faithful. Be faithful. You chose this person. Be faithful. Be faithful to this person. Meaning be loyal to that person. Now finish reading this real quick and grab the door. Let's finish the rest of 17.
Cut one. But if thou betray his secrets,
if thou betray his secret, now you then discovered his secrets. He ain't tell you his secrets. You discovered them and then betrayed. Finish that last piece off for the sister. For you answer the door.
Kanwankan. Follow him no more.
Follow no more after him. Very self-explanatory. When you read 16, so you get the full understanding. Now that you have discovered his secrets, you then, like I said, went in his phone. You then went through his car, went through his bag, trying to find and look for something, and then you found it. You discovered his secrets, and then you went and told every damn body. You understand? You good on that, sis? Wait a minute, took a ball dog get back. I think you're good on that, sis. I can get Captain Saparia to break it down to you a little bit more. Of course, he goes far more in depth than I ever do, of course. But when the ball dog get back, I'll find out if you edify with that, sis, or we just keep moving on with Gentiles until we get back. All right, so we got 1 Kings 11 and 11, and we know how the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom came about being split. It was because of the wickedness of Solomon, the adultery of Solomon, the sins of Solomon, and following after other gods. All right, so the Lord rendered the kingdom, meaning took the kingdom from Solomon. All right, so and then we got into Kings 11 and 31, where we got into Jeroboam. And Jeroboam, when it said 10 pieces, is talking about the Lord handing over 10 of those tribes to Jeroboam, who was the servant of Solomon. Now, he's the leader, the general over 10 of those tribes. All right. Was the sister good with that?
The sister asked, what if someone is doing wicked? Do we still keep the secret?
Well, you gotta understand. What type of level are you speaking on? Now let's put it like this. If somebody is doing something wicked as hell, you are supposed to take that person to counsel. If you've spoken to the person about it, you are then supposed to take that person to counsel. Now look, if this secret, especially if this secret is harming somebody, or if this secret is harming that person, the laws are clear on that. You take, after you talk to this person about that secret, now we're not talking about a secret that you discovered and haven't talked to the person about. We're talking about a secret that's known to you and that person. This is what I'm talking about here, which I think you might be talking about. Now, if that secret being detrimental, no, you don't keep it. You take that person to counsel. That's what the scriptures say. It's very clear with that. I can get the precept if you want, but I think we all know it. So no, you don't keep a secret that's detrimental. All right. Did the sister need anything else? Say anything.
She said, "Con the water, sir."
Under bottle sweat. I also direct you to Captain Sapari, get more clarification. Cavazier ain't bad. Big ups to Tazayak. Big up to Tazayak in New York. Cavazier ain't half bad. You understand? They ain't half bad for a comment. I ain't mad at all. All right, let's get back to King, 1 Kings 11 and 31.
Come on, Kyle. 1 Kings 11 and 31. And he said to Jeroboam, take thee 10 pieces, for thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, behold, I will rend the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon.
All right, that's where we at. So the Lord is rending the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon for his wickedness, for his adultery. Go.
And will give 10 tribes to thee.
He's giving 10 tribes to Jeroboam, who is his servant, just as the Lord said. And this is going to come to pass. All right, let's get 32.
Verse 1 Kings 11 and 32. But he shall have one tribe for my servant David's sake.
All right, so Solomon is still going to keep the one tribe. It says one tribe because now Benjamin, Judah, some of Levi are known as Judah. Now, basically under the tribe of Judah. All right, go ahead.
And for Jerusalem's sake, the city which I have chosen out of all the tribes of Israel.
Mm-hmm. So the scepter, the scepter of David would not be removed from Judah. All right, go ahead.
Because that which they have forsaken me and have worshipped Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Zidonians, Kamash, the god of the Moabites, and Milcom, the god of the children of Ammon, and have not walked in my ways.
All right, so after Solomon started dealing in all of these other gods, so did the people, of course, because he's the king. Now he's putting up temples and decreeing things to other gods. So the children of Judah is following in suit behind the king. And for this great evil, the Lord rendered those 10 kingdoms out of the hand of Solomon. And we're going to explain how this northern kingdom became Gentiles, man. Because in the New Testament, you pick them up as the Gentiles. What happened? What happened to them, man? Go ahead.
To do that.
Quickly.
To do that which is right in my eyes, and to keep my statutes and my judgments, as did David his father. Continue.
Go ahead.
1 Kings 11 and 34. Howbeit, I will not take the whole kingdom out of his hand, but I will make him prince of all the days of his life, for David, my servant's sake.
So Solomon at that point, even though he's done this great evil, because of the great good of his father, he sits upon the throne of Judah. Go ahead. We got to move.
Whom I choose, because he kept my commandments and my statutes.
He kept the commandments and the statutes. This is why the Lord left him with Judah. Go ahead.
Verse 35. But I will take the kingdom out of his son's hand.
He's going to take the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon's son. Go ahead.
And I will give it unto thee even 10 tribes.
He's talking to Jeroboam. He's going to take that kingdom and give it to Jeroboam, those 10 tribes. Go ahead.
Verse 36.
Mm-hmm.
And unto his son will I give one tribe,
Mm-hmm.
that David my servant may have a light always before me in Jerusalem.
Damn right. So that scepter will not pass from Judah. And it says it many times in the scripture that the scepter shall not pass from the tribe of Judah. All right? That's why Solomon was able to hold on to that one tribe. Go ahead.
Oh, I was getting ready to say the wrong thing, like Genesis 49 and 10.
All right, no sweat, let's move.
Come on, cut. Verse 36. And unto his son I will give one tribe, that David my servant may have a light always before me in Jerusalem, the city which I have chosen me, Salakia, the city which I have chosen me to put my name there.
Mm-hmm. The Lord put his name there. Go to verse 40.
Kanawaka. Verse 40. So Solomon sought therefore to kill Jeroboam.
So the Lord took those 10 tribes, gave them over to Jeroboam. Solomon, of course, didn't want that to happen. So he sought to kill his servant. Because the Lord had blessed him with those 10 tribes, even though Solomon was so evil in the Lord's sight. The same thing Saul did. You know, because we've always had a problem with jealousy of hating and murdering our own. The problem was never us loving the other nations. We've always accepted and loved other races of people, man. Even to this day, you walk in any black neighborhood in the United States of America, and all the businesses are owned by other people. Why? Because we support every race but our own. We are not a people that will demand that our comrades come from our own people. We'll eat the food of a nasty Chinaman who we don't know what the hell he's doing with that food back there. We know he eat rat. We know he eat dog. We know he don't wash his damn hands. He ain't got no hygiene. But we will trust his food over the food of a beautiful black woman who seasoned it just right. We would rather support these other people than love and support our own. And it shows in the scriptures. That's how you know who the hell the people of God are. Nothing changes. Our attributes, our heart, our spirit is the same. It's never changed. Solomon went into all these other gods of all these other nations, but he couldn't love Jeroboam because he was blessed with those 10 that Solomon neglected and served up to other gods. Go ahead,
Verse 40. Solomon sought therefore to kill Jeroboam, and Jeroboam arose and fled into Egypt.
All right, now, he fled into Egypt. He had to fled into Egypt all the way until Solomon died, and Solomon's son came about. So we're going to skip a little bit further into history, and let's go to 1 Kings 12 and 16. We're going to skip a little bit ahead. All right. Young man, get me 1 Kings 12 and 16. All right, we're going to skip a little bit ahead. I'm trying to skip a little bit, but I'm trying to show the history of what happened to those 10 tribes and how they became Gentiles in the time of Christ. So you have to understand that we had civil war And in that civil war, the northern tribe had been kicked out of the land and gone into slavery in other nations. And we have to get ourselves in the mindset of understanding that by the time of Christ, the northern kingdom had been gone for 4 centuries, man. We talk about 400 years. So these people were living in other lands, and they eventually became Romans, Babylonians, Grecians. Go ahead, Al.
1 Kings chapter 12, verse 16. So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them.
Hey, look. So the son of Solomon went down to make war unto Jeroboam. He went to make war with him. Why? Because he was going to unite Jerusalem back under him. All right. So he went to go to war with Jeroboam. But the Lord intervened in that. Go ahead.
The people answered the king, saying, what portion have we in David?
So this is the northern kingdom talking to the son of Solomon, which is Rehoboam, I believe. Talking to the son of Solomon. And he's asking what, because Solomon had been so grievous to the northern kingdom. So here they are, coming unto the son of Solomon, you understand, asking, what portion do we have here? Go ahead.
Neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse.
Neither we have inheritance in the son of Jesse. So they being treated like strangers already. Go ahead.
To your tents, O Israel. Now see to thine own house, David.
Keep reading.
So Israel departed unto their tents.
Israel departed unto their tents because they saw the king wasn't trying to hear anything they were trying to say. The son of Solomon was going to be just as grievous to the northern kingdom as Solomon had been. And they understood that. All right, we're going to have to roll through this quickly. Let's keep on. Where you at, 20?
17. Verse 17.
No, skip to 19. Go ahead.
1 Kings chapter 12, verse 19. So Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day.
So Israel rebelled against the house of David. The house of David passed to Solomon, then to the son of Solomon, which was Rehoboam. I'm gonna get the name for y'all, so like. But the house of David passed down to Solomon, then to Solomon's son. The northern kingdom, which was the 10 tribes that was rendered out of the hands of Solomon and given unto Jeroboam, they did what?
It says, they rebelled against the house of David until this day.
They rebelled against the house of David until this day. They rebelled. Now we get to the point. Now we get into the meat. Now we got to deal with this meat. So we got a split of 12 tribes. We got 10 tribes who are the northern kingdom who are gone this way. And we got the tribe of Judah, who is Judah, Benjamin, son of Levi. All right? So we got the split. The civil war is set. The die is cast. And it's about to go down, baby. We're going to get that in a second. Where you at? Was you at 19?
Yes, I was at 19.
Let's go to 20. Go to 20.
1 Kings chapter 12, verse 20. And it came to pass, when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, that they sent and called him unto the congregation, and made him king over all Israel.
Yeah, there you go. The Lord's commandment came to pass. Salaki, though. Let me get some more of that excellent Kavajier. God damn it, Captain Josiah. I'm going to call you on your show tonight to thank you, brother. All right? Good brother. I'm going to raise a drink with you. But look, y'all get down to New York this weekend, man. Because it's going to be the bomb, man. I'm going to be in the goddamn house with some Cavalier. You understand me? It's going down this weekend, and brother, New York is always popping. Look, I always get a ticket when I come up there, goddammit. Somebody gonna have to pay that out the damn tax fund or something, because it's ridiculous the type of tickets I get going and coming from New York, brother. It's brotherly to pay my tickets. You understand? Somebody needs to pay Palak tickets. Put that out there. Tell the generals, pay for Palak. Let's get that right. God damn. Every time I go up there, I get tickets, man. It's grievous. Somebody be brotherly, god damn it. All right, where we at, brother? Yeah, give me a time check. What time is it? 8:50? All right, 7:50. Salaki, 7:50. All right. Let's go here with verse 20 or verse 21. Brother, when you read,
20.
All right, you got to maintain discipline. You got to sit there, you got to read. Let's get 20. Go ahead.
And it came to pass, when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, that they sent and called him unto the congregation, and made him king over all Israel.
All right, just like the Lord said, they made Jeroboam king over all Israel. Over all Israel. Let's get them in there playing a little bit, because they're a little bit loud. So over all of Israel. You understand? So the Lord's word has come to pass. Go ahead.
There was none that followed the house of David.
There was none that followed the house of David in Israel, in the northern kingdom. They all followed Jeroboam, just as the Lord said. Go ahead.
But the tribe of Judah only.
The tribe of Judah only. The Negroes, the stiff-necked Negroes, brother. That's who we are. The stiff-necked Negroes. Salakia, Gadites. Salakia. I'm going to get into you in a minute. Come back, brother. I'm going to deal with you. I'm going to deal with Gad. I'm going to deal with the sins of Judah. I'm going to deal with all of it, brother. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
And when Rehoboam was come,
Rehoboam, that's the son of Solomon. Go ahead.
And when Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem,
Mm-hmm.
he assembled all the house of Judah.
He assembled the house of Judah in a warlike stance. This is war. This is the civil war. Go ahead.
With the tribe of Benjamin.
With the tribe of Benjamin. So we know that Judah encompassed Benjamin, some of Levi. Go ahead.
And 180,000 chosen men.
Boom. All of these warriors in a warlike stance, ready to go to battle. Go ahead.
Which were warriors to fight against the house of Israel,
That's right.
to bring the kingdom again to Rehoboam, to the son of Solomon, Salah.
Jeroboam, the son of Solomon. The Lord prophesied against that. He said that Jeroboam would take those 10 tribes. And that's exactly what's going to happen. But look, Jeroboam did evil in the eyes of the Lord himself. So we're going to find out what happens to those 10 tribes. And this is why those 10 tribes were taken off into slavery and out of the land. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 22.
No, just drop that. You know what? Drop that. We got all we needed out of that. Let's go to second. Matter of fact, yeah, let's go to 2 Chronicles 13 and 12. All right, we're going to skip up a little bit because we got to go to the Civil War. All right, for time's sake, we got to go to the Civil War. So we got the splitting of the 2 kingdoms. And we got to get the Civil War. All right. 2 Chronicles 13 and 12.
2 Chronicles chapter 13, verse 12.
Get it?
And behold, God himself is with us for our captive, and his priests with sounding trumpets to cry alarm against you.
Yeah, this is Judah. Judah is standing strong against the 10 tribes of Israel. All right. Now, the 10 tribes of Israel, you a little bit on this. Jeroboam has them off now. They're serving other gods. He made statues to other gods, and they got the children of Israel not serving the God of Israel. So we got a problem here. We got a problem here. Go ahead, brother.
O children of Israel, fight ye not against the Lord God of your father.
So like they're gonna have to play a little bit because it's getting on the mic. They might have to play a little bit for that. Nothing wrong with a little play. Nothing wrong with a little play. You know, brother, nothing wrong with a little play. You gotta keep it out of the mic a little bit. So people can get that. All right. All right. 2 Chronicles 13 and 12. All right. Let's get Gabal down to read. We might want to go out and get them settled. Let's get Gabal down to read. 2 Chronicles 13 and 12, brother.
Kind one kind. 2 Chronicles 13 and 12. And behold, God himself is with us for our captain.
God himself is with us. And our captain, Abijah. Abijah is the captain of Judah at this time. And they're coming out to war against Israel. And Israel has turned against the Most High. Jeroboam and got them going into other gods and doing wicked things. Go ahead, brother.
And his priests with sounding trumpets to cry alarm against you, O children of Israel. Fight ye not against the Lord God of your fathers, for ye shall not prosper.
Look, telling the children of Israel, you're not going to prosper fighting against your God. It is not up to you to destroy the tribe of Judah. Look, Jeroboam has now got the northern kingdom doing the same adulterous nonsense that Solomon was doing. But now we under the son of Solomon. Go ahead.
Verse 13. But Jeroboam caused an ambush to come about.
Caused the what?
Ambush to come about.
Jeroboam called an ambush, man. And you know what? All of these heathens who claim to be Israel go in this Bible and they read the military tactics of Israel. What Jeroboam did at this time was a pincer movement. He flanked Judah, came around to the back. This is almost the same exact thing that Alexander the Great did in Persia. What he did was he allowed his center to be weak and to buckle into a bow. And the strong men of Persia fought to buckle the front line of Alexander, and he sent his men around the back in the pincer movement and surrounded them and killed all of them. Now you got right here Jeroboam doing an ambush. Read.
To come about behind them.
To come about behind them. Jeroboam did an ambush, did a pincer movement, man. This is modern day military tactics, man. He went around the back of them, around the back of Judah, and started dealing pain, man. He started dealing pain. Go ahead.
It's like it. Verse 14. And when Judah looked back, behold, the battle was before and behind.
The lion of Judah saw the men in front and men in the back. You understand? Jeroboam has now got them in a pincer movement where he's about to close the cloth. This is modern day military tactics. All of it was taken from the Bible. In 1940, what was Israel fighting against Egypt?
Wasn't it 1940?
That's
1943. 1943.
Look, the minister at that time, the person who was leading Jerusalem at that time, he went in the Bible and saw Joshua and how Joshua against the other nations and how he flanked them. And he read the Bible, and in a 6-day war against the Arab nations, he destroyed all of them. This is a tiny country that of course, they're fake and evil, and that's, prophesied in the Bible. But nevertheless, he used the tactics of Joshua to destroy the enemy, man. Like Negroes have been coming up with these war tactics way back in biblical times, man, proving that we are the superior people. Look, we're supposed to have the superior army because we have the tactics. This was happening all the way back in the time of Jeroboam, man. But we was too busy fighting and murdering each other to take dominion in the earth. Give me 1 second. Let me finish this real point. I'm gonna get all y'all. I'm gonna get with you in a second. All right, finish that off real quick.
Verse 30.
21. We in Kings or we in Chronicles?
We're in Chronicles.
Chapter 13 and
14.
All right, 14. Come on, get to the back.
Come. 2 Chronicles 13 and 14.
Come on.
And when Judah looked back, behold, the battle was before and behind.
The battle was before and behind. So you got the enemies of Judah in the front and in the back. This is a precarious situation. This is a dangerous situation. Because now you are outflanked. The enemy is in the front and the back, and they can crush you. Go ahead.
And they cried unto the Lord, and the priests sounded with trumpets.
Look, the Judites had the ear of the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Then the men of Judah gave a shout, and as the men of Judah shouted, it came to pass that God smote Jeroboam.
Look, God handed Israel into the hands of Judah. Look, this is a civil war. These are our brothers here, man. And they made an absolutely brilliant military move. The only problem, the Lord wasn't with them. The Lord wasn't with them, bro. And because of that, the Lion of Judah smoked them, man. The Lord handed them over to Judah. Go ahead.
And as the men of Judah shouted, it came to pass that God smote Jeroboam.
God smoked Jeroboam, man. Go ahead.
And all Israel before Abijah.
Look, they were destroyed. Abijah is the general. Abijah is the general of Judah. He was able, even though they were in the front and in the back, they had twice the amount of men. The Lord was not with Israel because of their sins and their abominations, and they were destroyed. And because they were destroyed, Judah, of course, had no mercy upon them. Why? Black on black crime. We can have no mercy on our brothers, but what? We'll forgive white people for 400 years of oppression, 200 years of free labor, where they made corporational funding. They were able to become the richest monarchs on earth, the richest corporation that have ever existed off of the backs, the blood of black people. We can forgive them for that. We can do that. But we can't forgive a black man for stepping on our Jordans, man. We can't do that. That's how we know we the people of this Bible, bruh. And look, it's almost insane the comparison you can make, man. It's almost insane. All right, we want to move on though. Did you brothers have some questions or some statements?
Quick statements to just compliment, well not compliment, but comment on the military tactics.
Military tactics, yes, all right.
Back to everything to the Gadites. They still use the.
Be a little louder,
yes, louder. They still use the peripheral vision and the foxtrot stepping that they use in their, the special forces and all that.
All right.
Each other's tactics. They still use the same thing from Gadites. That's all.
Look, the Gadites in World War II, they were able, look, they actually contracted the Gadites in World War II for their stealthiness, their military accolades, and their ability to infiltrate enemy lines without being seen. You understand? And they also contracted them for their language and their way of describing tactics. Whisperers with the what?
Wind talkers.
Say it again.
Wind talkers.
Wind talkers. That's it. The wild brother. Wind talkers. You understand? And no code breaker could break the type of military language and accolades that they had, man. Look, we are flavorful people, man. That's why the Lord calls us the salt of the earth.
Sure.
There's no way of getting around who we are. You had something, brother?
Nah, so I'm saying it's going to the
All right, no sweat. No sweat. Take care of them babies, man. They our future, you understand? All right, let's get, then we finished up Chronicles, right? So we know we had devastating civil wars that put our people out of land. Let's find out where the northern tribe went. So real quick, let's get 2 Kings 17 and 21. Let's get that real quick. 17 and 21. We're going to get a clarification on what happened to our people, how they became Gentiles. You understand? Why is there black people in Vietnam? Because that disgusting sexual deviant Dennis Rodman was over there in brothels having sex with Vietnamese women. Because black men were drafted in the American military, and to just live their lives for a second because they knew they was going to die, they went into whorehouses and had sex. So now you got black men over in Vietnam who have been having sex with heathen women for 2 generations now. So the heathen looks like the damn heathen, but it's a damn black man. And we would see that heathen and say, we would see that black man and say, that's a heathen. That's a Gentile. He's a Gentile. He don't talk like us. He don't relate like us. He halfway don't look like us. This is exactly what's happening. This civil war didn't happen. Jeroboam, he lost the civil war. What's going to happen to the people now? Where we at?
2 Kings.
2 Kings 17 and 21. Read.
2 Kings 17 and 21. For he rent Israel from the house of David.
That's right. Go ahead.
And they made Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, king.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeroboam drave Israel from following the Lord. And made
from following the Lord. That's why Judah was able to what? Destroy them, even though they had a masterful military tactic. Judah was able to destroy them because the Lord wasn't with them. Go ahead.
And made them sin a great sin.
They did a great sin against the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 22. For the children of Israel walked in all the sins of Jeroboam, which he did.
Look, Israel, the northern kingdom, they walked in all of them sins of Jeroboam. They went with him. He created other gods, statues of gold heads to other gods. They went along with it. The Lord wasn't with them. Go ahead.
They departed not from them. Verse 23. Until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight, as he said by all his servants and prophets.
He removed Israel out of his sight, out of the land, man. They went into captivity in other lands. Go ahead.
So was Israel carried away out of their own land.
Carried away where?
Out of their own land.
Israel was carried away out of their own land. That's why by the time of Christ, and we talking about 4 centuries later, 400 some years later, he said, do not go into Samaria. Why? Why did Christ say don't go into Samaria? Kabbalah?
Because it was converts there.
Because it was converts there. It was Africans there. Ethiopians. Ethiopians that still today talk about they the children of Israel. These Ethiopians were there in Samaria, and when Christ came along, he called them a dog. The woman at the well, he called a dog, man, because she was a damn dog.
That's right.
You understand me? She took the identity of a royal people that been sent out up off the land and sent to in Assyria captivity, man. Sent into slavery. The northern kingdom was sent into slavery first. Go ahead, where we at?
We had 23, 2 Kings 17 and 23. Until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight, as they had said by all of his servants, the prophets, so was Israel carried away out of their own land to Assyria unto this day.
Look, unto this day they were sent into slavery. Assyria, Greece, Rome, they were all sent into slavery after this civil war, after Judah killed and murdered so grievously the northern tribes, man. And after hundreds of years of being in these other nations, what do you think happened to the northern tribes? Look, we got to understand this, that the promises were given to a certain people. And we're going to find out about it. And this is how you know that your disgusting, nasty preacher is a liar. These are the scriptures you bring up. No. Matter of fact, before I do that, we're going to go into Hosea. We're going to go into Hosea because I'm going to come back to Hosea. When I get into Galatians, when they're talking about the Gentiles, I want you to reference what we talking about right now. When it says OC in the New Testament, that's a Greek translation for Hosea. In the Old Testament, which was ancient Hebrew. When it says, like it says in OC, it's talking about Hosea. We can prove that too. We're going to prove every goddamn thing. So let's get Hosea 2 and 9. Slakia, Hosea 1 and 9. Go ahead and get that. Go ahead and get that.
Hosea.
Slakia, young man. Let me get one of them hangers. It's good. Here's my cup right here, brother. I appreciate it. Right there. I appreciate it, brother. Wow. All right. Well, hey, Slotty, why you there? Give me a little taste of that. Good night. Good night. I gotta get with Captain
Zarya.
I got them. Cap! I don't know what you done done, man, but goddamn, that cognac ain't half bad. I ain't gonna keep tooting your horn, but I'm gonna see you down New York, man. I get with you out. Go ahead, Salak, yes, sir. I get with you. Go ahead.
Hosea 1 and 9. Then said God, call his name Lo Amin, for ye are not my people.
Say what?
For ye are not my people.
For ye are not my people. This is the Lord. This avowing the northern tribe. Ye are not my people. Go ahead.
And I will not be your God.
I will not be your God. That's what we don't understand. Look, Israel was disavowed, man. Israel was chosen to be the people, but because of the sins, the Lord said, I will not be your God. You will no longer be my people. But that does not destroy the promise. And we're going to get some precepts to prove that. But let's finish up with Hosea. This is important. Write this down. Hosea is important because we're going to get back to Hosea when we go into Galatians. Like I said, we got to get the full understanding of Gentiles and what happened. Brother? I got the zombie band up here. We're gonna get that later. Let's where we at here? Let's get Hosea. Let's get Hosea. Where we at? Hosea 1
and 9.
and 9. Let's get that quickly. 9, 10, and 11. Bang.
Hosea 1 and 9. Then said God, call his name, Lo me, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your God. Verse 10, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
Even though you are not my people, you will procreate and be like unto the sand of the sea. You understand? This is the Lord. This is prophecy right here. This is prophecy. Go ahead.
Which cannot be numbered. So like it.
There's going to be so many of us, like I talked about Dennis Rodman and us being in Vietnam. We've been fighting the white man's wars all over the earth. We've been sent to 3 different continents to serve and to work in other nations to build their economy, to build their cities. We're in the UK, in France, we're in Russia, we're everywhere, brother. We're like, damn, see, you understand? We everywhere in everybody's nation because we've been sent there to work and to toil and to be slaves. We're under the Arabs, being beaten, being castrated. You understand? We're there. But guess what? Those promises pertain to us. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
In the place where it was said that Israel, that northern kingdom, is no longer my people. Go ahead.
There shall it be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
This is a prophecy. This is what the Bible is about. The children of Israel who were destroyed, scattered into every nation on the earth. Read that again.
Hosea 1 and 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in a place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
New Testament, Old Testament makes no damn difference. The children of Israel have the promise. We can come back and be the children of God. We can come back to the body. These are the Gentiles coming back in the New Testament, man. Nobody else could come back because we are the only ones that have the promise. And we're going to get into that quickly.
Revelation 7 and 9.
Not yet.
God.
Go ahead.
God.
We got to move here.
Verse 11, Hosea 1 and 11. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together.
This is a coming back of the factions, a coming back of the tribes. This is a prophecy. The children of what?
The children of Judah
The children of Judah
and
the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Benjamin, and some of Levi. Go ahead.
and the children of Israel
The 10 tribes of Israel. Go ahead.
be gathered together.
Be gathered together. This is the premise of the Bible, brother. This is the promise. This is the promise. It's right here. This is the promise. This is what your Christian preacher is never going to tell you, and we're going to prove it. We're going to prove it, God damn it. Give me Galatians 3 and 15, man. Give me Galatians 3 and 15, man. Somebody get me that.
Got it.
Prove that thing, man. We don't do nothing in here without proving it, man. We're going to find out who's the goddamn liar in this place. Who's the liar? Who's the filth? Christianity is white supremacy.
That's right.
It destroys us, man.
Got it.
It's low self. Look, Christianity is a doctrine to give blacks and Hispanics low self-esteem, to make us believe that we are Gentiles in our own goddamn book. The reason why we fight so hard for Gentiles to make it in the kingdom is because we believe that we are heathens in our own goddamn book. The white man is the devil, man. Come on now. Come on, let's get that. Galatians, we gotta hurry up. Galatians 3 and 15. Let's move.
Galatians 3 and 15. Brethren, I speak after the manner of men.
I speak after the manner of men. Go.
Though it be but a man's covenant.
But a what?
But a man's covenant.
But a man's covenant. Go ahead.
Yet if it be confirmed, no man disannulleth or addeth thereto.
Look, no man annulleth, meaning no man can annul the laws and the promises of God. You cannot annul those promises. The Lord said Israel shall be saved in an everlasting salvation. You cannot say because Christ came along, it's different now. Can I prove that? Can I prove it?
Got one card.
Go.
Verse 16. Now to Abraham and his seed.
To Abraham and who?
His seed.
Abraham and his seed. Who is the seed counted? How does seed counted? Gabal up quickly.
Through Isaiah.
Through Isaiah. Tell me the people who the seed is counted.
From Abraham to Isaac from Abraham, Isaac, then Jacob.
Abraham, Isaac to Jacob is where the seed is counted. No one else. You can be one of Abraham's children. You could be from a people that came from Abraham, but the seed is only counted in Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's where the seed is counted. No other people. Go. You got to move.
Come on, cut, sir. That's a lie. Got it. Come on, cut, sir. Galatians 3 and 16. Galatians 3 and 16. Now to Abraham and his seed were the
Abraham and his seed. This is what the Bible is talking about. Abraham and his seed. Go.
were the promises made.
Well, where
the promises
The
made.
promises were made to Abraham and his seed. It don't say Abraham and everybody else. The Lord let everybody else in at this time. This is Abraham and his seed. The lost tribes of Israel are the 10 tribes that because of civil war, because of iniquity, because of strife, were put out of the land, thrown into slavery first. Judah, being a stiff-necked people, would not allow them back, calling them Gentiles and saying that they are with those people. And now Judah went into slavery and lost its identity. The promises are that the tribes of Israel come back together. We about to prove that right now in Baltimore, man. Go.
Verse 17. Salakia. Verse 16. Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He said, not, and to the seeds of as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Christ.
Which is Christ. Thy seed, which is Christ. That seed that comes from Judah ultimately is going to produce Christ. That's the seed. Go.
Verse 17. And this I say, that the covenant, that this was confirmed before God in Christ. The law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul, that it should make the promise of none effect.
Look, Christ came hundreds of years after this promise was made. That don't annul the promises. It fulfills it. Christ came to fulfill. Look, the promises that were made are never annulled. Let's get to that last part. That last part. Read that again. That last part.
It says, before God in Christ, the law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul.
Cannot what?
Cannot disannul.
You can't throw the laws away and say that the laws are done away with. The promises are done away with because Christ came. Go ahead.
That it should make the promise of none effect.
Look, the promise is not of none effect because Christ came. This fulfills it. Christ came to bring the southern and the northern kingdoms of Israel back together. That's the whole point, brother. Nothing changes. Go.
Verse 18, for if the inheritance be of the law, it is no more of promise, but God gave it to Abraham by promise.
Wow. The Lord gave a promise to Abraham. These laws, these promises were given to Israel and Abraham's seed. The seed cannot be counted to anyone else besides Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's in the scriptures, man. It cannot be annulled. It cannot be changed. It cannot be added to. That's why you know your preacher is a goddamn liar.
Right.
Because he's saying that, oh, there's a spiritual Israel. And in that spiritual Israel, everybody can get in. Shut up, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. It cannot be annulled. It cannot be changed. This is what Galatians is saying. Go ahead, huh?
Romans 9:4-7.
I got that.
Oh, Salakia. We're on the same page, Salakia,
I'm
sir.
going to get Romans 9. I got you on that.
Salakia, sir.
All right. I know where you at.
God,
UPK. Gabar Dog is UPK.
24/7.
And when you UPK, you understand the scriptures, man. A white man does not understand the scriptures. He can't. If he understood the scriptures, he would have changed them a long time ago. You understand? There would not be a KJV 1611 version. He would have stripped that off the shelves and burned it, brother. Because this 1611 KJV Bible destroys him. It destroys him. We got to move. Go ahead. Hurry up.
Romans 1:25 for the so-called white man.
I'm going to deal with you in just 2 minutes.
Like, where you want to go now, sir?
All right. What we finish on?
Come on. We in Galatians 3 and so. Come on, 3 and 18.
Let's get 19. Then we're going to go to Hebrews. Let's get 19.
Come on, Galatians 3 and 19. Wherefore then serveth the law? It was added because of transgressions, till the seed should come to whom the promise was made. And it was ordained by angels in the hand of a mediator.
Look, the promises shall come in the hands of who?
Of a mediator.
Who is the mediator? Who is this mediator, man? It's coming in the hands of the mediator. Let's get the precept. Let's get the precept. In the UPK, we know who the hell the mediator is, man. But let's get the precept for your edification. All right? Let's get Hebrews 9 and 15. Hebrews 9:15. Let's find out about this mediator.
Got it.
Because it's saying a mediator. When you have a mediator, you have a counselor that is in between two peoples to work out their issues, because the two peoples can't work out the issues between each other. All right? So you have two entities that cannot work out a peaceful solution. So a mediator had to come to work it out. Let's put the Bible in context. Read, sir.
Hebrews 9 and 15.
Go.
And for this cause, he is the mediator of the New Testament.
He's what?
The mediator of the New Testament.
For this cause, for the purposes of healing a nation, there are two sides that have issues that have to be healed by a mediator. This is the mediator of the what?
New Testament.
Of the New Testament. Christians always talk about that. Well, Christ is the New Testament. The Old Testament done away with. Ain't got nothing to do. The New Testament ain't got nothing to do with the Old Testament. That's done away with. Read.
That by means of death, for the redemption.
That by what?
By means of death.
By means of death. So this mediator, he has to die. By his death, he's going to come, he's going to mediate, get in between two parties that are having issues, problems. They can't talk to each other. They can't relate to each other. This media, this, what is it? Mediator. This mediator is going to come in between. He has to die. is so serious. The issues between the two parties are so serious that this mediator has to die. Go.
For the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first testament.
Wrong. For the what?
For the redemption of the transgression.
For the redemption of who?
The redemption of the transgressions.
The transgressions. So you got the redemption, which is the salvation of the transgressions, which are the iniquities, the sins. Go.
That were under the first testament.
That are under the what?
First testament.
The first testament. So you got the brothers that were under the Old Testament. The covenant that the Lord made with the children of Israel by blood, bro. This is blood. This ain't no bullshit, man. Look. This is blood, bro. Blood of my blood, bone of my bone. The Lord made a covenant with the children of Israel, man. By blood. Death out, blood in. What the blood say? The crib, they say blood out, blood in, right? The Lord made a blood covenant with the children of Israel. Those who were under the first testament. That was the first covenant of the Lord. The first. And then you had to have a mediator. Say that again.
Mediator.
A mediator come along because the people under the first covenant could not follow the instructions of the contract, man. They couldn't follow the contract. So the Lord had to send a mediator. And it was so serious, so in depth, that the mediator had to die. The only way to get the children of Israel right, the people that were under the first covenant, is that this mediator got to die. You understand? Hold on for a minute. I got you. Read that again.
Verse 19, Salakia. Verse 15, Hebrews 9 and 15. And for this cause, he is the mediator of the New Testament. That by means of death.
Means of what?
Death.
He got to die. Go.
For the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first testament.
For the lies, the iniquity, the murders, the homosexuality, the smoking cigarettes, the drug dealing, all of that, the mediator who is Christ had to come and die. Damn. Well, goddamn. Christ, who is the mediator, had to come and die for all the garbage of the people who under the first testament are putting out today. This is talking about Israel, brothers and sisters. This is not talking about somebody from another nation coming in. Right. These are prophecies talking about Israel, the people who are under the first covenant, who prick their finger and draw their blood to make a covenant with the Most High. And we were such ridiculous, disgusting sinners that he had to send his most precurious son as a mediator to die for our filth. we should feel disgusting that the Lord had to do that. But guess what? That gives us a second chance. That gives us the ability to take care of some things and to change. Bam. Let's get, before we get into Galatians, because we're going to get into the Gentiles, we're going to get into the meaning of Gentile. We got to hurry up, though. Hurry up with your comments or your questions, young man. Let's go.
My question was, so the first covenant was circumcision, or what was the first covenant, or were they speaking of something different, sir?
Well, the circumcision is something different.
Okay.
That's a part. Look, the circumcision is what do you call it? A marker that, okay, I'm going to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. This is something that, and circumcision, it's a lot dealing with circumcision. Circumcision of the heart, you understand, which is a lot more powerful than circumcision of the flesh, which because you were not circumcised as a child, what is it, on the 5th day, is it? On the 5th day, you had to be circumcised,
Third
and
day.
you could not be right. What is it?
Third day.
Third day, Salakia. Say again? I'm gonna get back to what the actual day is, but if you were not circumcised on that exact day, you couldn't be righteous. You couldn't be one of the children of Israel. Bull crap, man. Circumcision of the heart, faith, the spirit of the law, all of that is what Christ brought to the law. But we got to get back to this, the Gentiles, real quick. Let me finish this off. All right, hold on. Let's get this last. Let's get we got Hebrews or that. Let's get Romans 9:25.
Exactly.
Let's finish that off. Romans 9:25, and we're going to show how they became the Gentiles. Romans 9:25. Let's get that quick.
Already was there. All right. Romans 9:25. And he said it also in Osee.
He said it also in Osee. Remember, we read Osee, which is Hosea. Hosea is just a Greek translation of the book of Hosea. So we got to now understand what the book of Hosea was talking about. Go ahead.
I will call them my people, which were not my people.
So that northern kingdom, remember back in Hosea when he said, "You are not my people," he's going to now call them my people. So now the promises can apply. The promises can't apply to other races of people because you're not Israel. It says over and over in the Bible that the promises were given to the children of Israel. That the covenant was given to the children of Israel. The Lord says in the Bible, time after time, I am in the midst of Israel and none else. Like a Christian preacher cannot get around that, man. You cut them by any scripture you give them saying, I am the God of Israel. And they'll say, well, when was Israel not the Lord's people? It's right there in Hosea. Go ahead.
Come. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people.
Ye are not my people. Go ahead.
They be called the children of the living God.
Children of the living God. That's the northern tribe coming back into the fold, coming back into Christ, having the faith, understanding the spirit of the law. Since the northern tribe were living in other lands as heathens, when they came back in, they had not been following the physical laws of God, but they began to understand the spirit behind the law. But Judah just kept following the law absent the spirit. So if you had homosexual sex with a child and you were rich, you just got 40 bulls together and waited to sacrifice them and did it every year. They didn't understand the spirit of the law. But the northern kingdom coming in, they could obtain righteousness through faith, even though they weren't circumcised on the third day or the 8th day, whatever it was. I'm gonna get that number. Salakia is real. Salakia for sleeping on that, but I'm gonna get the number on it, on exactly when the circumcision is supposed to take place for the law. I apologize for that. All right, who was we? Akim, we were at Romans 9 and 25. I think at 26, we gotta move. What time is it? It's 8:50. Let's move. We got to move.
Okay. Romans 9 and 27. Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel. So the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved.
Look, only a remnant is going to be saved. When it says what? Isaiah? Come on. It's talking about who? Isaiah.
Exactly.
Look, we got to understand. The Greek translation and the old Hebrew translation is a bit different. OC is talking about Hosea. All right? Now, in Isaiah, it's talking about us being unto Gomorrah and unto Sodom, because we wanted to be filthy sinners and homosexuals and all of that, but it's talking about the children of Israel. Read.
Verse 28. For he will finish the work.
Did you get 27?
You want me to read 27 again?
Please.
Verse 20. Romans 9 and 27. Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel. Though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved.
Go.
Verse 28. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness.
He will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness. Go ahead.
Because a short work will the Lord make upon the earth. Verse 29, and as Isaiah said before, except the Lord of Shabbat had left us a seed, we had been a Sodom and had been made like Gomorrah.
Sodom and like Gomorrah, just like in Isaiah. It's talking about the children of Israel. We made unto Sodom and unto Gomorrah because of our various iniquities against the Lord. This is in Isaiah. This is a prophecy. Go.
Verse 30.
30.
What shall we say then? That the Gentiles was...
Whoa! What shall we say then? We gone through the whole chapter and we talking about Israel. We're talking about the northern kingdom who have been disavowed from the covenant. But in OC, we see that they have the opportunity to come back, even though they have been disavowed from their people. They're able to come back. We also saw in Isaiah, which is Isaiah in the Old Testament. We were like Sodom and Gomorrah, meaning our sins were great, brother. But turning around to the faith of Christ, brother, that fulfills the promises. Nothing else fulfills the promises. You can't have other races of people joining Israel and fulfill the promises that's made in this book, man. Because it says clearly, do not uninvolve. What does it say? And I got to get the exact word. But you can't change any of these scriptures, man. And it's, say it again.
Unadulterated, sir. Unadulterated.
Unadulterated?
No, unadulterated or another.
Unadulterated. That's it. You cannot do that. You cannot make up other scriptures. You cannot put away the promises that the Lord gave to Israel. He did not give to Israel. He did not give the promises to everybody else. He gave them to Israel. And you can't come along and say, oh, Christ came, so now the promises go to A, B, C, D, and E. That's a lie. That's how you know your Christian preacher is a goddamn liar.
That's right.
Go ahead, Al.
For circumcision is Genesis 17 and 10 through 12. For the circumcision of days.
Wait a minute, hold on. Go ahead and get it. Wait a minute, let me get there with you. What time is it? Wait a minute, I'm gonna get that at the end. Hold on to that.
I got it.
Hold on to that. Let's finish this off. Romans 9 and where we at?
We're at Romans 9 and 30.
Romans 9 and 30, where it says Gentiles. Read it over again. We got the move, brother.
Come on, one card. Romans 9 and 30. What shall we say then? That the Gentiles.
That the what?
Gentiles.
Let's get Gentiles in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Let's get that. Hold on. I got it right here. You got it already?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Gentiles, a nation or a people.
A nation or people. So we're talking about nations. Gentiles. I know in the dictionary it says Gentiles are other people, not talking about Israel. But you got to look at the Bible dictionary. Because Gentiles in general does mean nations or other nations of people. But we've had our own family to be living in other lands for hundreds of years. So unto us, they look like Gentiles or other nations of people. Read.
Usually it means a non-Israelite people.
Usually it means a non-Israelite people. Go.
Under conditions of peace.
Under conditions of peace. Where there's no war, it'll mean there's other people. But hold up. When we got a war and we didn't destroy, we had a civil war and we didn't destroy the northern kingdom, and we need them out of the land, we're going to call them Gentiles too. Go ahead.
Under conditions of peace,
Under conditions of peace, go.
considerate treatment was accorded Gentiles by the Israelites under Old Testament law.
That's right. Go.
Men of Israel often married Gentile women.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Rahab, Ruth, Bathsheba are notable examples, but the practice was frowned upon at the return of exile.
Not that. Give me goy. Also means go.
Sir?
When it says goy also means, do you have the right one?
No. Talking about this one?
Right. And it has goy also means Israel. And it gives you the certain.
Oh, come on. It got actual scriptures.
Right. It gives you the actual verses. Go ahead.
You got Judges 4:2.
No, not that. Give me the meaning.
Under conditions of peace, sir? I don't see what you're saying.
Give me the meaning where it says, wait a minute, let me get about
Come on, please. I don't see something.
it says goy also means. You can't see that? No, you might not have the right book. Wait a minute.
John Advance come back?
Wait a minute. Go on about that. Let's get Gentile in his book. Amada.
What I was gonna say?
Let's get Gentile in this book. We gotta get the definition for the people. Let's get Gentile.
Kind of want.
I'm looking at my book.
Because what we have to do, we gotta understand that the word Gentile also meant Israel as well. I mean, this shouldn't be taking this long. Right? You should know this.
I understand that.
All right, just hold on. Just hold on.
What I have, sir, is
Gentile. We need Gentile. All right, Gentiles. KJV translates Hebrew word Gentile 30 times. People 11 times. Heathen 142 times. And nation 373 times. All right. Sometimes Goy refers to Israel. And Goy, which means Gentile, in the Hebrew refers to Israel, and it gives particular scriptures. This is in the front of the definition. We have to know this. This is something that's there, it's right there. Says as plain as day. 3 times. Sometimes Goy refers to Israel. Genesis 12:2, Deuteronomy 32:28, Josh 3:17, 4:1, 10:13, 2 Samuel 7:23, Isaiah 1 and 4, Zephaniah 2 and 9 is translated nation or people. All right, so sometimes the word Israel, the word Gentile means Israel. All right, the people that were carried off into slavery into Assyria. All right, yeah, go ahead.
Ephesians 2 and 11, sir.
It says, wherefore remember that ye being in past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision.
Yeah, wait a minute. Read that again.
Wherefore, Ephesians 2 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore remember that ye being in past Gentiles in the flesh.
In the past, you were Gentiles in the flesh, meaning you were sent off into other lands and you were living in those lands as Gentiles. You were Gentiles of the flesh. Go ahead.
Who are called uncircumcision.
Who are called uncircumcision, meaning you did not have circumcision on that third day or that eighth day. You didn't have circumcision. So according to Judah or the people that were still holding the laws in the land, you could not be an Israelite. You were a heathen because you had a piece of skin flapping off of your penis. This was true. This was at the time an issue. Go ahead.
By that which is called circumcision in the flesh made by hand.
We call that circumcision in the flesh, man. You had to have that foreskin cut off as a baby. If you did not, Judah wouldn't accept you. The Pharisees wouldn't accept you. Christ accepted you. Christ accepted you. That was his whole mission. That was what he was for. Go ahead.
Verse 12, Ephesians 2 and 12, that at that time ye were without Christ, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenants of promise.
And what?
And strangers from the covenants of promise.
At that time, those 10 tribes, they were strangers unto the covenants of the promise. But because of Christ, because of faith, they were able to come back into the fold. They were able to be the wild olive tree. Whether you're a natural olive tree or the wild olive tree, you're a goddamn olive tree, man. And you're able to come back into the fold. And because of this, my Gadite brother Kabada is able to work with me directly to make this thing happen, man. My Gadite brothers, my Reubenite brothers, my Mexican brothers, my Cuban brothers, we're all able to work together in family. When before we were murdering each other. Look, George Bush tell us they gonna come over and take our job. What Negro over here picking some damn oranges, man? We ain't picking no damn fruit, man. We still ain't got clean water in Flint, Michigan. Neither do the goddamn Navajo and Wounded Knee, man. They ain't got no damn clean water because they ran pipes through and let the damn oil seep all in the damn diaspora, man. Poisoning all the damn water. When we gonna realize we got the same, not only do we got the same enemy, but we got the same God. We got the same flesh. Only then can we be the God, kings, and priests we supposed to be. And with that, I'm gonna turn the class over, man. Reaching off to see the God down. Like priest and officer of 1,000 will bow down.
These are the security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Jahan. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world after 6 months. If a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. This is the 6 month to 1 year rule, not to be broken, or you will end up in council or kicked out. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3 and 8 to 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of every increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or a teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations, which is I can't remember at this time. But remind Akim to check on social media such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. Remember, we have a school at 3428 Eastern Avenue here in Baltimore, Maryland. Also, we had the cookout this Saturday in New York at headquarters. So it will behoove you to come, congregate, get to know your brothers and sisters from around the world who are Israelites, and also do these law, statutes, commandments of the Most High in Christ. And with that, we're going to give a one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel. Amarim Shabbat, Amarim Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shem Barak Atah. Yahweh Matah, class dismissed.
Go to Gentile. You Jesus.
Ooh.